Testing. Hi everyone, good afternoon. And everyone have your lunch already? Okay. Right, so I'm Kuan, you can call me Kuan. I'm from Deloitte. So just want to clarify again, we are not here to talk about audit or accounting. We are come here to talk about cybersecurity, and the keyword is hacking. So in this presentation, I will talk about red team and blue team. Basically, I will show you the perspective from attacker and defender. And no worry, as Deloitte, we are acting as the good guy to help our client in terms of how to improve their cybersecurity. So later, I will try to play a video to show you the entire process of the hacking from attacker to defender. So now I will play a video.
These guys are good. Let's get to work. A hot little startup with a great idea. Their target, a ProPass. Offices in 12 countries, 5,000 staff. You'd think they'd be secure, wouldn't you? Make some noise. Pause. A smokescreen. A decoy breach to hide what they're really after. Confidential information hidden in the depths of the system. Come on. Still here?
The computer's crashed.
Join the club. See you Monday.
It's okay for some.
Right now, the chances are someone, somewhere, is attacking you. And you don't even know it. Okay, chaps. We're in. I bet you're wondering how they got this far.
Give us a smile.
Lovely. She's in. Sensitive passwords and system details from a keystroke logger hidden under a desk for 6 months. You got it?
Easy.
These guys, they know it all. Except, a few weeks earlier, a ProPass were hit by a smaller breach. It made the board stop and think how vulnerable they were. So they brought in the experts. It's never just an IT issue. They carried out cybersecurity training from boardroom to basement, identifying what was critical to the business. Threat and intelligence monitoring. They planned a cyber incident response and brought in their own ethical hackers to test the systems and make honeypots to trap the attackers. They reviewed the whole business from New York to Tokyo and devised a game plan for any breach. Make some noise. Pause. We're in.
It's a denial of service attack. We're just monitoring the situation.
Have they got into any accounts?
It's very clever. Someone else bangs on the windows, while you hide in the cellar.
They're onto us.
I'll try blocking them.
Is it working?
I don't know.
Well, I need to know, Gil. Is it working?
Lena, launch a worm.
These guys are good. They're really good.
They're blocking us.
Try again.
They're blocking us!
Try again!
Straight to me. Gotcha. Good, but not good enough.
You're okay. Traffic's blocked.
You can win, but there's always a next time.
Who's next?
Kobashi Tech.
Criminals just get smarter.
Who have we got for the smoke screen?
Take your pick.
And they're everywhere. A breach will happen. And when it does, will you be ready?
So from the video, you can see the key message there is IT is never the only issue here. You can see the entire attack from the red team or the attacker or the hacker. You can see that even use lockpick, get their identity, duplicate or clone it. So you can see it's come from all different type of perspective for this cybersecurity. And what I'm trying to present here is some physical assessment we have included. And you can see we can create a road Wi-Fi access point. We call it as Evil Twin. So basically, we have certain device, or even you can buy it online easily. That you can clone an Evil Twin. Basically, for your Wi-Fi name, you can totally clone it and make people to misdirect, access it, and at the end capture your traffic from there. Other than that, we have cloned certain web page that almost look the same to make people log in with their credential from there. So all this is part of our red team exercise, and what we're trying to do is we want to make it as realistic as possible as the attacker outside there, and come here to help our client to do the same thing, to let you see the view what kind of damage the attacker could do to your organization. And at the end, we can tell you what is your capabilities for your incident response, what is your mean time to response, all this information that you require to improve. Other than that, I want to show you one thing is the card cloner here. So this card cloner you can buy anywhere on Shopee. It's like your RFID card cloner. Basically, you can duplicate it, you can read it with this physical access, and you can clone it somewhere else for an MD card. So basically, you can just clone your CEO access card and access for limited access. And we even develop certain device that can have remote distance. Basically, we just need to put this device in our bag, and we walk past you, we can read your card data if it's not encrypted. And we can clone those cards to multiple and hundreds of cards with that same access. That's why what you mentioned here is, other than the logical side, targeting your web application, online banking, or your mobile application, we can hack those. Basically, that's the portion that present in the movie. But we also can focus on this kind of physical assessment, like even apply as an intern into your organization. At the end, get in and use your legit device to get into your network. There's some use cases that happened to us before. We have people try to apply as an intern and get inside the organization in this way. So as I mentioned again, we try to make it as realistic as possible to cover up all these things. Maybe just now the video, you will see like so fancy like Mission Impossible, but what I can say is almost similar to what we did out there, and same goes to the hacker. And the hacker, you can see that they are not really targeting on certain organization only and give up. Whatever that's vulnerable in their map, they will target it and attack it and exploit it. That's why it's so crucial for our cybersecurity to enhance it, improve it, to prevent this kind of things happen. And the red team exercise is for us to answer that. So from here, you can see that our approach and methodology for our red team exercise, we are focused on three things: people, process, and technology. Whether your people is aware enough about the phishing email or spoof call, because in our perspective as a hacker itself, people is the most vulnerable thing we can target, because it can't be patched. You only can train them, make awareness program, but somehow they are still vulnerable. Other than that is the process. Whether the organization existing process is mature enough or not to handle an incident or even detect or prevent an attack. Is there any gaps inside there that should follow the best practice? And last but not least is the technology. You can buy many solutions, deploy it, but do you configure it? Design a use case according your scenarios, according your own industry or regions. You can't just buy it, put it in place, and expect that work it perfectly. That's why we come in here to address all those issues for you and provide the mitigation plan for you to have a better visibility on your existing issues. So this is some use case and scenarios we have. Basically, this red team exercise is objective-based. Get inside there, get the highest privilege, and compromise the entire organization. We want to tell you whether we can do this or not with your existing control. Other than that, we come to the blue team perspective. Basically, it's the defender. So in defender, we have one type of assessment, is compromise assessment. We are come here to tell you whether you are compromised or not. Basically, we are tell you, is there an attacker inside organization? Even with the firewall you have deployed, even with your antivirus or EDR you have deployed, is there an attacker inside there already? So we come in here with the approach of threat hunting. So basically, in the traditional way, maybe the defender is more passive, as in we are waiting alerts and only responds accordingly. But here we are proactively hunting the attacker with the Mitra framework. Basically, this framework is a collection of attacker signatures, tactics, techniques, and procedures of different attacker or threat actors. So we will threat hunt based on this kind of signatures from the organization. At the end, to tell you whether this threat actor or attacker is inside this organization or not. And if there is, what is the mitigation plan to remedy it and prevent it in the future. So this one you can see that focus on your technology side. Which the next one is about the cyber drill exercise, more focus on the people and process. So there are two key points here for cyber drill exercise. We want to identify whether the people is aware of the existing process. Like, do they know when incident happen, what they should do? What is their roles and responsibility? Are they aware of that? Because you might have the perfect plan to handle an incident, follow the best practice, but your people also don't know how to do it. Or they're not aware of what they should do next, which people they should contact with. Other than that, we want to check your existing process. Is it good enough or not to handle an incident? Is there any gap in existing process or anything that can improve for your effectiveness? So basically, this exercise is just like what you experience in fire drill, but we do it in a cyber way. We simulate an incident, and from there we observe you, how you're going to respond. Incident happen, ransomware happen, what you're going to respond? Do you isolate it? Which person you need to contact with? How much escalation you need to go to the management? Do we need to trigger the crisis management? All this will be observed and at the end provide you the result. What kind of gaps we see from this cyber drill exercise. And we even have breakdown into technical side and management side. So technical one, we have a platform or infrastructure that provide to our technical players. So basically, they can play different kind of challenge to test their skills. And from here, we can see what kind of skills they are good at and what kind of skills they are bad at. And other than that, we have management one. Basically, is the one I mentioned that simulate exercise, simulate the incident. And from there, we can see what kind of response that we've taken. So I will show a bit about our platform and our service. Testing. So what you're seeing right now is one of the open source EDR. So basically what I'm trying to present here is that for our compromise assessment, we are mainly focused on the data with endpoint, network, and your SIM for the different type of logs you have. So basically we want to either leverage your existing solutions or we will deploy a temporary one from into your environment. So the main thing is we want to collect different type of data from different layer, and from there we can do the threat hunting to find is there any threat actors inside your organization. So this is just one of the example for the tools that we might going to use or we leveraging your existing one. And other than that, this platform is a threat intelligence platform. So the main thing here, I just want to show you that we will refer on the threat intelligence, basically a collection of the knowledge we know about the attacker. And from there, we will design our use case, how we should threat hunt, what kind of IOC we need, what kind of process we need to hunt from. And basically, that's cover up for the compromise assessment. So this is the ways and approach we're going to use for conducting the compromise assessment. And other than that, for the cyber drill exercise, just now I mentioned about the technical segments. So basically, CTF approach. That's why we have a platform that designed for CTF, create for different challenge. But the main differentiator, our CTF compared with outside there is their CTF is more focused on attacker perspective. Basically, they give you a vulnerable website or application for you to exploit, to scan, to exploit and get a flag at the end. But our one is designed for the defender one. Basically, we give you a malware, you need to analyze and get the flag at the end, or some network traffic, you need to identify the root cause at the end to get the flag. That's how we score and evaluate the technical player's skill set in terms of technical analysis. So to do that, there requires certain workstation that might be limited to certain organization. That's why we provide some online resources to them, such as Splunk. SIM we provide to them to do the root cause analysis, log analysis. So from here they can start do the threat hunting as well. And another thing we have is online workstation. So basically we'll provide workstations for each of the technical players, and they can do the analysis from there. So basically the technical players, they just need a laptop or desktop with browser and internet access. They can participate these events already. And inside this workstation, what we designed at first is using a SIF workstation. So basically there are different tools, forensic tools is inside there already. And we even provide a sandbox for them. So basically they can throw in whatever malware they detect or exploit inside that sandbox, which is an isolated environment, and come with different tools for them to play with at the end to get the result. 1 second. So far, is any question about red team or blue team? One second for the internet. I have. So this page, while loading for the workstation, this page is about the Wi-Fi pineapple. So basically, this is one of the device that we will use for the red team exercise for the hacking. So we act as the hacker and try to create an evil twin, like another Wi-Fi access point. So basically, you might see two same name from there, but you might not know which one is the real one. At the end, connect our ones. And at the end, we can see all your traffics there. So this is a page that we can configure our devices. Other than that, we can even try to steal your key from your Wi-Fi that we might, at the end, decrypt it, your traffic, and see what is the contact inside that might see your transaction or any critical information inside there.
Kuan, can you share a bit like your real life experience of like use cases that you do red teaming, beside what you share on the screen just now?
I think the most interesting.
Feel free to ask if you have any question, yeah?
Find me in Deloitte there. So as mentioned, service as an advisory. We are not here to promote audit or accounting stuff. In the middle of that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shin, for the brilliant presentation. Okay, I guess this is the wrap up for today's session. So, thank you very much for attending. Just to inform that tomorrow we're going to have another Cyber Podium session for the second day. There will be 5 presenters for the presentation, which is come from the 5 respective exhibitors here as well. So, feel free to come and join us. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good day. See you.